Well, for more than 45 years, Grow NYC has encouraged and helped communities create a healthy and sustainable environment through many of their programs. Joining us now to share more about their program and future projects, we welcome now the Director of Grow to Learn, NYC, Grow NYC, Chessie Kerr-Vanderslice, and good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Daren.
Great. So for people who don't know about Grow NYC, help us to grow.
Yeah, so Grow NYC has 4 primary initiatives. The green markets are one of our largest programs. We operate local food markets all around the city. Many of them are seasonal. We operate smaller youth markets seasonally, and then lots of them operate year-round as well. We have an alternative waste program where we do textile recycling, composting, recycling in schools, helping reduce the waste stream for New York City, which as a city of 9 million people, makes a lot of trash, as you can imagine. We have an environmental education program that works directly with schools, with young people. And then the program that I work closely with, we have a garden initiative, and that works to renovate and rehabilitate community gardens, as well as start and sustain school gardens around the city and our public elementary, middle, and high schools.
So when we talk about school gardens, how do you get people involved?
Yeah, so school gardens, that's my area. We work with close to 700 schools now citywide. So any public or charter school as part of the Department of Education in New York City can get registered with Grow to Learn. And once they're registered, they sign up online, it's free, they submit a letter of support from their principal, a map of the space they're hoping to build out. And then once they're signed up, they can apply to our program for mini grant funding to start or expand their projects. They can come to lots and lots of different trainings to learn how to do all of this cool stuff. We offer social events, and then we also deliver free materials, because you can imagine a garden is something that you have to sustain every single year. So they can pick up soil, lumber, plants, seeds, seedlings, and get started at their school.
What's it like with students buy-in? Because sometimes, you know, they don't always have the green thumb, but you do a good job of wrapping that around for them.
Yeah, I mean, so it's really up to each individual teacher, but I think our teachers that work with us really closely see these as incredible expansion opportunities for their classroom spaces. There's a lot of kids that aren't finding traditional success in school, and a school garden gives them an opportunity to learn in a different way that's hands-on, it's inquiry-based, it involves science and math and all sorts of really exciting outdoor and indoor environments. So really depending on the teacher, they decide what to teach out there, but we find that our students buy in pretty immediately.
I want my producer to go back to these pictures that we just showed, and maybe we can give us a little bit of an understanding of some of the things that we're actually seeing, because some great work that's going on out here. And you know, I just want to see if we can get to a couple of these pictures that we just had. I don't know if I just met. There it is. Okay, so what do we tell us about a little bit what we're seeing here? Yeah,
so this is one of our community garden builds. I think this one's actually in Brooklyn, but we do lots of work here in the Bronx. So in addition to our work in schools, what we do is that we help the Parks Department Green Thumb Initiative, as well as other community gardens around the city, to build out, expand, renovate, create new green infrastructure designs as part of their community gardens. So yeah, these are some of our great community volunteers and our students helping to renovate a garden. Again, gardens are lots of work and often relatively expensive, so it really takes a whole community to keep these spaces up and to continue to build and expand them over time.
Now you use the word expensive, but how expensive can it be to get a garden going?
Right, it's not quite, it's not building a new school building.
Right.
What we really try to do for our schools, and then what Green Thumb at the Parks Department tries to do for community gardens as well, is make this as easy a lift as possible by providing the materials that communities really need to keep these spaces going. So ideally, depending on what you're doing, but ideally you can do a lot of it for free. And the biggest lift is really around the community building that it takes to keep these spaces going. Who's going to weed this space in the summer when you're not at school? Who's going to be watering on a Saturday? That often is the effort it really takes for our communities to maintain these spaces. And
that's one of the hardest challenges you have.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. For schools at least, summer break, spring break, all that kind of thing, it's a tough thing, but I think that's where our community members can really get involved. Schools rely on parents, senior centers next door, community centers, to work in partnership with them to help them use and maintain these spaces over time. So I think if folks are either part of a school community or live near a school or live near a community garden, these spaces are always looking for folks to get involved, to help out, to volunteer, to keep them activated and vibrant for the students and the community members that use them.
So for people who want to get connected to you guys, what do they do and how can they be a part?
Yeah, so to check out more information about our green markets, our recycling and composting initiatives, our education initiatives, they should go to Grow NYC's website, which is www.grownYC.org. We have a map of all of our initiatives citywide. You can search your address and find out what's happening near you. I almost guarantee there's something around your neighborhood. And then Grow to Learn has their own website, growtolearn.org. You can search our maps, find out if your school's already engaged. If they're not, we really encourage schools to get signed up with us.
We heard a lot of the term green markets. Before we get out of here, give somebody a little bit of an idea what green markets are all about.
Yeah, so green markets are markets specifically for local farmers, small farmers within a 200-mile radius of New York City. So we're really thinking about changing food systems here. We're thinking about getting out of the big, huge food markets, buying locally from small farmers, buying fresh, healthy produce. And we do have a variety of ways for communities to make this more affordable as well. We offer a Health Bucks initiative. We do accept SNAP and food benefits. So typically a neighborhood will have a market, and if not a year-round market, we do also have these smaller youth markets, which are youth-led mobile markets in our communities.
Well, thank you for coming by and sharing a little bit with us. And of course, the public knows how to get in touch with you, and hopefully it'll be a green summer.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, thank you. All right, listen, taking a quick break. We've got more show coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after